Do you ever leave the salon and want to know what's going on behind the scenes?
Do you listen in on the neighbors' gossip in the salon chair when you're here?
Do you ever have a story that after you've left, you wish you told your hairstylist?
Especially the stories that you might have heard about, but never really heard the end to.
We like to yap. I'm Allie.
I'm Nora.
And I'm Macy.
And welcome to On the Floor with Little Fern.
Join us every other week.
Welcome on in.
We're slamming cans.
Hi. Welcome in. I'm already done with my first bevy, and now we're ready.
Not even close.
I'm on my third. Alicia's on her second, and Macy is on her first.
First, and I also have a cup of warm tea in front of me. And I know it sounds weird, but Nora said it, and it's also negative outside.
I'm lubing up my throat with this hot tea.
Yeah.
Lube.
Wait, do you guys, I would like to know, because as I was making this, I thought, is Macy going to mention something? How do you feel about 1 cup of tea for your evening? How many bags are you putting in?
One bag. I have one bag all the time.
I think I'm a long seeper. Like I seep my tea for a long period of time.
Mhm.
So I only generally do one bag. But that's because I let my tea seep for like far too long.
Well,
It's probably like
My thing is I never take the bag out. Like I just let it sit in there until it's bone dry, and then the bag's just on the bottom of the cup. So like mine does get like full. Like mine
only
steams
thing-
the entire time.
the only thing left is the bags.
Like literally, you can like squeeze the juice out of it.
I'm a layered bag user as to where, because you know I'm a chugger, right?
So you just like keep adding water.
Yeah. So what happens is the strength of the tea prevents me from chugging it, and also the temperature. And then I keep filling it up with hot water like every once in a while, and it makes me stretch it out for longer. And then I get to reuse my tea bag.
You know what I do like to do though is like a different teas, like 2 kinds of teas. Yeah.
That's what I did for Macy.
Nora has me layered up, which I didn't notice until she said that she likes to layer her tea bags. I don't know why it feels like illegal. Like, you know, when somebody does something, you're like, I didn't know that we had free will to do something like that.
Macy, you know what this is called? Me and my husband talk about this all the time. Being an adult. When you get to like just do crazy things like that.
Like one day I could just decide to like literally do anything in my apartment and nobody would know. I could just walk around naked all day.
Yeah.
Nothing to do.
Called being an adult. You get to like do wild shit.
Layered tea bags, people.
Dude, I get really excited about stuff like that. I've realized that like maybe my most favorite thing about becoming an adult is like getting excited about stupid shit. And then you're like, oh my God, like I'm actually like I got excited because I got like fucking spoons the other day. I was like, oh my God, spoons. Or I got toilet bowl cleaner and I said, oh my God, my toilet's gonna be so clean. It's gonna smell so good.
And
It does feel good.
it's just the nice thing is like you have control to like pick it.
Yeah.
Like
You can change your mind every time if you
Guess
want
what?
to.
And I can choose the brand.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can choose the scent that I want, the brand that I want. I mean, like, yeah, I'm broke. So majority of the time, I'm not even actually buying it at the moment. I just look at it and be like, I can buy that. But yeah, free will.
It's amazing.
Good
Amazing
thought.
thing.
Then you get to me and Alicia's age, and we're doing this over like appliances, large appliances, expensive appliances. Like where you
my
really
fridge.
want it, but it's ridiculously priced.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm on email 6 with DeLonghi support, ticket number 65086.
The company.
My coffee maker stopped working, and we're having beef. It's like
We
a
are
long-running-
outraged.
long-running joke at this point, as I feel like I call it. I told Jonathan this last time that I feel like I'm being punked and that you are gaslighting me now. I said, because why do I keep getting asked for the same things and I can't give them to you because I no longer have the machine because it's in your possession now. So it's a wild story. You know, being an adult, it's really wild out
I
there.
think the wild thing about your coffee like maker breaking is like you spent so much money on it. Like it's not even like it's like a fucking Keurig or like even an espresso machine, honestly. But this is like an actual like state of the art. State of the art. state of the art coffee machine and it doesn't work after like literally having it in your possession and using it for maybe less than a month.
It was so clean still because it was so new that when they ran through all of the scenarios of how to clean it, there was nothing to clean because it was too new. So you were like, okay, can I just have a new one? Like, I don't want to keep doing this.
So
But no.
they're having you send it back to see if they can fix it, right?
Yes, but right now, what I keep getting emails on is that they don't have it in the system on their end. So they claim
That you bought it?
that I have it proof of purchase or that they've even had interactions with me thus far, even though we're on the same ticket number, on the same discrepancy, on the same email, that they have any interaction with us, that they should be fixing it now. But they have the machine now. So now it's like this funny, like, this doesn't feel funny. And I think I'm never getting my machine back,
I think
to
I'm
be
gonna have
honest.
coffee.
And now I'm going to be out the money and the machine. And now they just kind of keep playing this weird game of like, we still need your proof of purchase and the serial number, but I can't give them the serial number because they have the machine, which has the serial number. But I've already given it to like 4 different people. So now I honestly do feel like I'm just getting gaslit into feeling like I'm crazy.
You're having this issue with coffee machines like I have with blow dryers. Also, I was thinking back about remember my one Chi blow dryer that you could set upside down and it would sit straight up on my station? Like I could set it down at any moment and leave it running.
No, I don't.
I had it at JK. And it was just like a smaller barrel and you hold it by the barrel like this, like a
Nora is jerking off a right now.
One thing about Nora and blow dryers is she
is going to try them all.
She's going to try every blow dryer on the market. Every single. If you want to know about blow dryers, ask her. You know what? The thing about me, I'm going to stay true to the one that works. I'm going to ride that bitch until it's no longer being sold, which is what we're having issues with now, is that I'm going to drive that into the ground. I like it. It works.
Get your money's worth.
And I'm utilizing it.
Alicia also just recently got a new blow dryer, which there was a bit of a hunt for. And her blow dryer wasn't even actually going out yet. We were just like preparing it. Also, sometimes just like revved up and made some weird noises. So we were on our way of getting her set up with that.
She was starting to go out, but she wasn't out yet.
It wasn't like ready. Like it was like, we have time.
Yeah.
You know?
But it would make noises when it would start that every guest was kind of like, oh.
Well,
that's supposed to
to
sound
like me in the chair. Thing is, this was actually after a couple of weeks or maybe even more of like your blow dryer going out, and you were blow drying my hair, and I was like, "Is that what it sounded like this entire time?" And she was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "You need a new blow dryer bad."
Yeah, it was starting to become irritating. However, I'm gonna just get the same blow dryer. Whereas I feel Nora is gonna say like, "What's new? What's hot? What's poppin'?" And
which is probably shocking for people.
Yeah.
The crazy part is I don't even remember your blow dryer, your third blow dryer ago. But I do remember the second because it literally sounded like a spaceship. Actually, the bane of my existence.
I would like to point out my third blow dryer ago, which I'm using today because I forgot my other one in my bag for the class. But remember that one that I had to stop using because the outlet would keep blowing a fuse.
Oh, and so this is your fourth one now.
So it was sitting in the bottom drawer of my station. And now I have a different outlet thing, so it doesn't blow the fuse. So it's a completely 100% working new blow dryer.
Just, it's like blow dry gate.
That being said, it was 2 days before Christmas Eve.
It was
correct.
It was a very busy time in the salon.
It was literally the height of the salon.
I had 12 clients that day. Alicia had around the same.
There was so many people crammed into our space at one time.
It was so hot, like the windows fogging up. Like, it's cramped in here when the window starts to fog.
It was a lot of cramped because we had a lot of 15-minute clients, like bang trims, kids
like
cuts.
cleaning out and beat and bop. Yeah.
Yes.
There was no room for time to not run smoothly.
There's no room for error.
Not at all.
And then all of a sudden, Nora's blow dryer is just only going on cold air.
Like literally freezing cold air.
It was very cold. I don't even know when the switch happened. It was just cold. And of course, I was doing hair. And so I kind of had like a mental breakdown, like a complete mental breakdown because
Really?
Yes, because I had my next client who was not getting a blow dryer in the shampoo bowl. I had already taken a random person who walked in who said that they had a bang trim appointment with me and they didn't. It was for the next week, but I did it anyway. And that was my fourth client in, and I still had like the other 8 to go for the day. So I kind of forgot.
I feel like you sounded really calm and collected. I don't know. I feel like, were you internally freaking out or were you outwardly freaking out?
I thought I was both, but I called for you when I was like, Macy, but I was still blow drying Bonnie. Like I continued, it just took me double the time to get her hair actually dry, but I was not thinking at all. We sent Macy off to the store to go get me a new blow dryer immediately. And I did not think I have this blow dryer in the bottom of my station the entire time.
Or that Daniel has one in his station.
Or that I could have used Daniel's. I just like lost my damn mind.
Well, you're also like, when you're in that mode, you're literally just in fight mode. So you're not even thinking about all the logical things. You only think about what's in front of your face.
I think I think when holiday is there and you just have so many things happening at one time and something like that like puts a wrench in your system that you just need to be running so smoothly to get through the time, your brain just can't actively see like a good outcome. Do you know, like it becomes paralyzed almost. Like you just can't move forward, and you just have like a moment where you almost need to like walk away and breathe and like take a moment for yourself, but you can't. Like you're like, honestly, there is no moment to take to like lock yourself in the bathroom, maybe do a little cry,
and then get back out. Like you're literally in front of people freaking out and having to continue going in the midst of it.
And so like clients are kind of watching this all happen, and they're so like, oh, it's funny because like we always kind of make things like to be like lighthearted, like we're gonna get through this, don't worry, this is just like the average holiday season. But in the end, it's just such a chaotic form that we never really want to be at, but somehow like still end up like dealing with.
Yeah.
Like,
wasn't your blow dryer? I feel like your blow dryer was also like, it smelled like sulfur too. Like, wasn't there something going on with your blow dryer as well?
Yeah. The smell of hers.
So then it was just like, it was like whatever could go wrong was going wrong. And then we like couldn't figure out how to get ourselves out of that hole. Like,
because then they started being like, what's that smell? And it's like, oh, it's just nothing. It's just,
is that my hair?
It used to smell like that all the time, when it's like, no, that thing was stinking. And then I of course go to the store and they don't have the blow dryer that I'm sent to look for, and then they don't have 2 of it because we were just gonna replace both of it. They didn't have it, and this was going for Alicia's tried and true blow dryer. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I know Alicia, so I'm calling you in the midst of this, asking about it, which in hindsight, probably not the best thing to do. I probably should have just bought something and came back because I didn't realize how much you were freaking out. But yeah, that was really fun.
It was great. I loved that experience.
Days like that are just always ones that really put you through the ringer, where at the end you're always like, I'm really glad I work with the team I work with, where we can always like be like, man, that was a lot. Glad we survived that.
We had
together.
Good people that day though. We had people who would understand.
Everyone was a champ. Everyone was a real champ. Everyone knew that it was like the week of holiday, and they were like, I'm just happy to be here.
I'm glad that I made it in. I'm glad that you were able to meet me. Yeah.
For real. I was lucky that I had Pam and Val coming in next, but I was freaking out in front of them, and they usually see me a little bit more calm.
I think they enjoyed the entertainment.
They did.
I think a lot of people that come here, I think, do enjoy the entertainment. Like, I think that's the fun part.
I'm going to be very clear that I think that 70% of our guests come here for like the calamity aspect, like what's happening here on the day to day. Like, oh, it's not burnt down. I wonder what's going on inside.
Something surely in their separate homes. Oh man. Yeah, that was a great time for the holiday season that we haven't spoken about since.
Does make me grateful that I do get to be the person retrieving the object in a situation like that rather
Yes.
in the midst of it.
You get to be the savior. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
at the end, you
Yeah.
might have
Well,
to
y'all
ride
are
in.
not without me. So it's just-
You get to ride in White Knight.
Hey, no,
That's what
you
like
forget that then Macy comes with a new blow dryer.
Oh my god, yes.
I say,
And
Macy, let Alicia have it. She's been waiting for her new blow dryer.
Then I go to use the new blow dryer.
No, first of all, I drop the blow dryer while I'm trying to plug it in.
I forgot about that. Moment one,
Moment one,
Macy drops
I
it.
drop it and I said, well, that's the first drop that'll last.
This is how my blow dryer got to be where it was being dropped.
And I was like so nervous because I knew that it was so tense in here. And I was like shaking and that's why I dropped it. And I was like, fuck, I dropped it.
Then I go to use it and I hate it.
The nozzle was different from the old nozzle. That was the
Tiny baby
problem.
Nozzle.
Alicia has an emotional attachment to her
I do.
nozzle.
That nozzle's been with me for a decade, maybe more. Also, where the hand placements of the cold shot and like where your like high, medium, low is, digs into your palm. Like I hold my blow dryer differently than Nora does. So
Mhm.
it was literally digging into my palm
I like to
while
really
I'm
fist my
while
blow
I'm
dryer.
blow drying. So I was like, I can't use this.
Yeah.
Like this is not going to work for me.
Mhm.
So needless to say, the step up model of my old one was a no-go. And this is why I would not survive when my model is an extinct dinosaur.
We're gonna have to get an extra one
And
just
that
for backup.
nozzle, like that nozzle has seen better days. It's got like a big gash on the side too.
I think
And she's like, this nozzle is like my life.
it got like flat iron once. I think
Dude,
it's like
it-
a flat iron
It
burn.
looks like it's also been like scraped against a table.
She's seen some stuff.
But you know what? She's tried and true.
We've ride or died, and it's the girth of the perfect nozzle
Yeah.
for your blow dry.
You really are. I got used to the mini nozzles.
We know you did because your mini baby turbo nozzle for your
Dude.
last blow
Oh my
dryer.
god. Like I said,
It was wider than this one.
this
honestly.
blow dryer was just honestly the bane of my existence. But I think it's one of those things that you just like love to hate.
Now you miss it.
right?
You
love
miss
you love to
seeing me
hate.
hold it.
I also love like making fun of it, like fucking Nora's like fucking blow dryer.
It has a Ferrari motor.
No, literally, it sounds like there's a fucking plane taking off. Like I can't. There's no. And then I knew it was going out when I couldn't like hear it as loud as it used to be.
The engine started to go.
Yep.
She was getting slower. No one else could have a conversation in the salon when Nora was blow drying because
you could hear
you couldn't
everything.
hear it.
Then I had to stop blow drying everybody on high, which I absolutely
That's another thing about Nora and me is why does Nora go for high on every single blow
I
dry?
just keep my distance.
What?
That's blasting some air.
Yeah, I know, but
Wait,
it
do you
just-
use
I
medium?
like to hold it back.
Yeah, I'm always on like a medium.
Yeah, she likes to get a little.
Me, I
closer
like to just
and
tie
go
that crap.
further away.
I
like to loose blow dry and then go back and tie it in.
No, I'm gonna thing about me is I'm gonna seal that cuticle from day one. Day one, go one. We ain't playing around. We're take our time.
She does. That's why she holds her blow dryer different because she just like
She just lets it. Yeah, she does do that. She does do
it
that.
just is like relaxing in her hand.
Nora's visual is that of like
My
Nora
my
does
wrist
it.
is
Like-
broken.
And Alicia blow dry is like.
I'm like,
No, yeah. Yeah.
the end is that you need to book both blow dries with Nora and Alicia so that you can see the difference between our blow dry outfits.
we listen and we don't judge.
That was a really
And
good
they
advertisement.
are going to thoroughly enjoy both styles.
That truck is bothering me.
I feel like an ambulance keeps
I
showing
feel
up.
like somebody's like spotlighting us right now.
I'm a little disappointed that we haven't had any action outside lately.
I think it's because we literally never are doing podcast nights anymore. So we're not seeing the after.
No, I think the action just in general has been lackluster as of late.
It's because it's the winter time. Sun's out.
Our last stories though were in the wintertime.
It's too cold out.
Oh, today it is.
People are hibernating now. They don't.
They don't have time to make mischief.
Yeah. That's how we ended our last year. I know that we haven't seen you guys in a minute, talked to you, had a moment, shared a bevy, but we ended on a tad bit of chaos, but we're back We've rested. We've reset our sights.
We have.
We're realigned.
We've had some time to. I have set some goals.
Oh, you said you weren't going to.
I know.
I think this is just such a like circle moment because we can fast forward to like our last episode of last season and you're like, I just don't do goals.
Fuck
I'm not a goals girl. I want to hear these now.
I just need to not take it so seriously.
Fair.
Do you get really down on yourself if you don't like get to them? Is that what?
No, I'm like, oh, that's a joke. I'm not even going to do that.
Oh.
No, I take them like moderately where like I do them, but I also don't get down on myself if I like fuck up or like have to restart a little bit.
I think it's always good to like visually like see something. So I'm like a write it down like person. I like to like look at last year's things. If I'm talking like monetarily, like, do you know what I mean? Like if we did like salon goals of like
Yeah.
what we did last year versus like this like upcoming year for setting goals, things like that. I'm like on paper girl. I like to like look at things, see where I'm headed, see what we can do better, brainstorm in like that kind of a way. Personally, I like to like set more of like a things I want to do, like more of a vision board or like a wish list or a things hopefully like obtainable for the year. Whether or not it's something like travel more or go to said place or spend more time with friends or
I
do
think
things like that.
How I look at things like less monetarily and more like, I don't even like, I think about what would take me to that goal, like the vacation or the other thing. And then I just think like, oh, like numbers don't even come into play for me on that. It's just like the amount of this that I do will produce this for me. So I feel like that's also why I don't like to goal set that frequently, because I feel like my goals are a little skewed because of my like constant ADHD manic need to do 700 things at one time.
That makes sense. I'm like a hyper fixated human where I check numbers on a regular.
In what way?
I look at our numbers here and then my personal numbers weekly and then daily.
I mean, I do enjoy like reviewing like your guys' numbers at the end of the day. Like for me, it's like nice to be like, oh, they did really good today.
But I'm never down. I will say,
But it's for
I've been doing it since I was young, like since I was new as a stylist, and I never looked at it as like a down thing. Like, oh,
You
my
just learn
numbers are
from it.
down today, or like, or they're down this week. Had a bad week. That's never really been like the intention behind it. I think it's more of always like a can't know where to go if you don't know where you've been. You know, kind of like a look or like a, I think I just feel better knowing, like, for me personally, like how my day was, how the week was, how are we doing? Like, then you can figure out like room for improvement or things like that, or know where you want to go. But like, I guess I don't look at it and ever think like, for me personally, like, oh, what a shitty fucking day. And then don't want to like keep trying or do things like that. Because I know that sometimes when people talk about goals and stuff like that, they don't like to do that because it's discouraging when they don't like see an immediate result or like something like that.
Because it's like differently where like you can like set it aside from like your ego and like your emotion and be like, okay, like what this stunk, but like what can we learn from it?
So I enjoy looking at numbers, but I don't want to call myself a numbers person, but like I enjoy looking at like that kind of stuff. But I think if I did too hard of like personal numbers, like in my home, do you know what I mean? Like we talk goals and we talk about like, you know, things like that. But I think if we sat down and did like full spreadsheeted goals of like dollar amounts, then I would get anxious.
Yeah.
And then that would be the difference. I think if like me and my husband sat down and did that kind of goal setting where it was like, you need to be putting away X amount of dollar every single, you know, like in that kind of way,
that's a lot.
that would make me very anxious.
Because then that also adds to your work life in your home life.
Yes.
For me, money just makes me anxious. So like even when I do any goal setting, I feel like I separate it pretty much on like 1,000% from like my goals, because I'm like, money, that's always a thing of anxiety for me. Like I actually hate going into my bank account to check my bank account. I avoid it at all costs. Hate it so much. So I wish I could spreadsheet like that. Like I used to, and now I literally can't. Like it makes me too anxious to even look at a spreadsheet.
I'm also not a very good spreadsheeter, let's be very honest, but I think my goals are more like broad term goals.
Okay, so what are your guys' goals?
So, yeah, Nora, tell us your new goals.
Oh, well, I'm implementing. Hold on. I'm getting back on my Peloton workouts. So I'm trying to get in 3 workouts minimum a week.
Snaps.
And I also have been trying to try new things.
What do things?
Well, we know I love my Aditi Shah, her Pilates classes. Shout out to her. But I'm trying to branch out from just her and do some other things. So I've been doing some, she's like a Peloton trainer. You would enjoy her.
You would enjoy her.
You would. She's beautiful. Yeah. Did
I-
you think that's what
Getting weird.
Did you think that's where I was
I
going?
find that the person I'm working out with, if they're too attractive, I'm too like taken back by their beauty, and then I can't concentrate on my own
No.
stuff.
I say I'm gonna need to look better so I can look better for her.
I like that. That's a good one. That's better than mine. Where I'm like, can't be here. I'm too dumpy.
No. I go crazy with it. No, so I've been trying to do like other little workouts or like the challenges, which I cannot do the challenges. The challenges are like do this every day for 7 days a
Yeah,
week.
there are
And
those
I just don't have those time, that kind of time.
You need to do like a 5-minute challenge.
I can say that I did the Pilates. I hit the workout every single day for an entire year. Pilates one. I hit that goal.
Yes,
Did
you
you
were
first year?
hitting it hard. Yeah, you hit Peloton hard the first,
I-
and you were doing the cycling.
I
was very proud of you.
The first year I had Peloton, I hit almost
It's a big
all
deal.
of
She
them.
doesn't ride bikes.
I didn't realize that Peloton did Pilates. So when you said Pilates, I got confused because I thought you were talking about Move. And I was like, bro, I thought you said that you can't go there anymore.
No, you can get the app, so you can do it anywhere. You can do it on your phone.
Okay.
You can stream it from your TV. You can ride the
Right.
bike. You can, like, I have a screen that turns around and you can turn it towards you. So you can do yoga and Pilates and like
I
strength
was sad you
training.
have that newer one. Your generation's newer. Mine doesn't turn.
Wait, like turn to the
Yeah.
Like the screen turns from the bike
Oh,
so
so then
that
you
I
can, like,
can
watch
do
it.
Pilates on the
Oh,
side.
so you have to be like right behind your.
No, my screen doesn't turn. So that's why I just cast mine to the basement TV.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do that?
Mhm.
Oh, that's nice.
I could do that on the TV, but I just feel like I'm slapping the bike in the face when I
Yeah, I get that. I
use
get
the
that.
screen.
I mean, I wouldn't need to if I had your generation bike
Yeah.
either, but like I have the other one. So
What other
Thank
goals
you
do
to
have?
Daddy Bill.
Mhm.
Daddy.
Well, it was Mommy Allie who bought ours. So
Mommy's
you can only
money.
get one generation. Thank you.
You did. Bill made it sound like it was like a group gift, and then it was just a gift for him for the first like year, I would say.
I did the exact opposite. I bought it for Luke for his birthday, and then he's never been on it.
And
I
you
take
did
that back. He's been on it like intermittently, like here and there. But I'm the one who actually fell in love with it. So weird.
You did.
I
It's like almost you subconsciously knew that you would like it more, and then you'd end up using it.
No, I got it for him for a surprise. He didn't even know he was
Yeah.
getting it.
That's why
Yeah, but my
you and Bill are
TikTok
very
is
much a similar entity. For
Me and
sure.
Bill, one mind.
Yeah.
Look at us.
What are my other goals? I was really trying to get on top of my calendar this year. Plan some things out, plan some occasions. I haven't done
Hey, it's only July. It's
But it
July.
is a goal.
It's only January, like 21st. I think you're doing okay.
Did you open the calendar?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
you
did
You're halfway
start
there.
to do some.
You're
things.
halfway there.
Yeah, I wrote down some dates.
Yeah.
I have
Doing
some
amazing.
weddings this year. I have some floral weddings that I'm doing consultations for. I'm very honored to still be relevant in people's lives to do their wedding florals. And yeah, so I'm trying to do a little bit more forward movement with things.
Love that.
That's all. That's
That's
all I
great.
got.
No, hey, you don't need to have too many goals.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't spread your seed too far. You gotta
Yeah,
keep it-
because then there will be disappointment
Yeah.
for sure. Like when you have so many things stacked on, I think a couple good things, or even like just maybe one or two good things, are like where it's at. Because then like you are more likely to stay with it and actually keep with that habit. Like I feel like I've reduced mine down to 2 goals because at first I had like so many things, and I was like, I need to take a step back. And then now I'm like, okay, this is easy. I can do this.
What are the two that you're working on?
Okay, well, well, I don't know.
Now that we're in the new year, I think we kind of are revisiting what the
Yes.
goals were that we were trying to set before.
Okay, so I'm trying to remember like exactly what I said on the podcast, but I'll just do my best. So at least we know how Macy was with I'm not gonna eat any dairy. Well, I think we're at a moderate now where I'm like limiting my intake as much as possible, but also like I'm a little bit balling on a budget right now, and beggars cannot be choosers. So if there is dairy in front of me, I will be eating it. But I'm actually doing pretty good. I haven't bought anything like that. Every time I go out to a restaurant, I make sure I order something that's dairy free. So I'm like, that's good enough. Limiting it, because like before, I would just, you guys know, I would get all the dairy dishes in the world. So definitely feeling better with my stomach.
It is good enough. Like it's definitely good enough to
Right?
eat moderation and not.
1,000,000.
And then I was wondering, I was like so bloated all the time. And I was like, because I'm literally just eating dairy all the time. And I'm like, oh, I'm not bloated anymore. This is great.
We're so
I
happy.
feel like you should be really proud of yourself. Those are baby steps, and you're
Yeah.
moving in a very good direction, and you're taking your health serious.
And I feel like this year maybe is more like health and wellness focused. So like my other one was like I want to like be able to like be moving my body more, because I feel like especially last year and especially with starting my new position, I like just have not been moving. And so like I just feel like I'm lazy. I haven't been doing like exercises or anything. I just want to feel good about my body and good about myself. And it's also really good for your mental health to exercise and to move your body. And so I've been doing yoga a lot. I've been going to this hot yoga.
You have been.
place.
You're like, I'm off. I got to go to
Yep.
my class.
The only reason that I did not take one tonight is because of our podcast. But if we weren't podcasting tonight, I would have taken one because it's so fun. It's hot, but I'm starting off moderate with like the slow and restorative classes. And then they've got power yoga and sculpt and all that stuff. So that's really fun. And I've been closing all my move goals. I've been wearing this again. And yeah, I think those are my two ones, like getting just basic stuff taken care of, working out, eating good, and especially trying to like get good sleep.
You're caring about taking care of your body.
Which I know sounds like so literal bare minimum, but like as a 20-year-old, like you realize like, oh my God, like what am I doing?
It's really not, because 40-year-old Macy is going to be so happy that 20-year-old Macy did that. That's all I can say on that. So I'm happy. Snaps.
Yeah, those are mine. Mine are very basic, but I like it.
I
I
love
love it. I think we're all doing great.
Did you go over
What
your
about
goals?
you?
Yeah.
Moving along.
Just
Nothing
I
to see
talked
here.
about finances.
I really want to spend more time with loved ones. And so I want to bring back my brunch club, because that really took a backseat last year. We were just so busy. Everyone collectively was just it was a really busy year last year. So I want to bring that back because I really enjoyed that. And that was a really good time. So I'm working towards finding a next date to bring that out. That's where me and my friends gather for brunch to yap it up for a few hours and just gather, because we love each other.
When I first started working here, I was like, oh my God, she's the coolest person ever. She's got a fucking brunch club.
That's great.
And you guys did not, I think you guys maybe did it once last year or twice.
We did.
Did you guys even do it twice? Like, I feel like you guys barely
Twice.
did it. And that was
Yeah.
probably like January, like March.
It was really rough last year. Last year was a really rough year for it. So I really want to bring that back, because I really enjoyed that, and gathering just really means a lot to me. And well, as my Channy has said, I'm in a 2-year.
Oh my God.
Yes. But look how fast it's gone. It's gone pretty
Okay,
fast.
but did it be not like we could revisit that episode? We could take it back to release. She was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, that's going to move by so fast, dude.
And I am really happy with continuing my Pilates journey, my health journey. I got a lot of specialists that I am seeing.
Well, I think you really amped it up. Like last year, like you really started getting into this, and now it's like it's becoming a habit now, like where this is just like how you're living your life, which is so awesome of you.
And now guests are noticing, and they won't
God, dude.
Oh my God.
Okay, this is pretty much how every interaction that Alicia has about her weight and her transformation has sounded. Alicia, oh my God, have you lost weight? You look so
Alicia,
good.
I know I'm not supposed to say this, but you look really good. Have you lost a lot of weight?
Alicia, are those like new pants? She's like, no, I literally just fit
You're
into
looking
them.
like a skinny mini.
Hmm.
But it has taken them 3 months to notice what
Alicia
we've
has
been
looked like
noticing.
this for a while now, and also like they're also acting like she was like a beluga whale before. Or something. Like
I'm continuing of
I've
this.
been on my grind, as if you've been a long-term listener to this podcast for a long time. I had meal replacements, I had doctors, I have been on this, like, as Channy has told me, for 2 fucking years.
is it new? Yeah, they won't stop. I think it's pretty much either like I think it's like 3 times a week actually now that Alicia gets it, where somebody like just mentions, "You look really good. Have you lost weight?"
Or my favorite is when they are the same person and they keep saying it every time they come
Bro,
in.
yes.
Like, I know I've said it to you before, but you're looking really good. And then I'm like, so how bad did I?
You didn't
No,
know.
I
had
think it was
before.
also because you were wearing more things that constantly covered your body, and now you're starting to uncover your body a little bit more, and you're like not worrying about throwing your apron on immediately, and you're wearing like actually like fitted clothes to your body instead of like larger clothes.
Well, yeah, the other day I asked Alicia and I was like, are those new like pants? And she's like, no, they just actually fit me now.
I feel like that's a sentiment of my entire closet where it's like not new at all, just finally fits.
So like Alicia's been having this like constant discussion with all clients. We're like, oh my god, that looks really good, and she's like, it just fits now. It's like, yeah, it just like was like she's like, I can't imagine what it looked like before.
I probably just looked like a stuffed sausage because I wasn't buying new clothes. So I probably just looked like I was me, but just stuffed in the clothes.
I'm excited for that to happen to me again soon, where I fit into the same exact clothes again.
Yeah, nothing new, just same clothes, just fit. But no, I appreciate it. I'm not mad about it, but we do know that it's not appropriate to talk about people's weights.
So maybe just take that into account, perhaps.
However, it's always nice to get a compliment. So I'm never going to say like, stop talking about
No,
it.
so the only way that we can do it is just like, Alicia, you look really good today.
Yeah.
You know, like let's do it in like not a weird way.
Or just like point out something that actually Alicia pays a lot of like attention to, which is her style and her outfit, and like compliment that.
It's just very bad. Thank you. It's just
Because
very
that's
or her tattoos.
Because yeah, that's you just are too cool looking.
I see the thing I don't
And
like
I'm
about
uncomfortable now.
I don't like about winter is that Alicia like doesn't get to show like her tats as much.
Oh yeah, they are covered. What I enjoy though is as soon as inkling of spring comes, everyone's like, "Ooh, new tats," and you're like, "Nope, just arms are showing now." It's my favorite time of year because I love that when people are like, "Oh, have you always had them?"
I'm like, no,
Oh, I love that owl.
Yeah, you're like, "Wow,
That's like 20 years old."
Things about like skin tone now. But yes, that's all I'm working on. Same grind, new year, same grind, just a lot more family time. We didn't really travel much last year. Like last year was rough for Luke because he was traveling so much work-wise, so we didn't do a lot of personal travel. So we'd like to be back to like traveling a little bit more this year again. So I'm excited for that. We already have like a bunch of trips on the docket. So I'm pumped for that. Hope to plan a few more. And that's really all I got so far, which I'm really jazzed about.
Sorry, how far out do you like plan your like trips? Do you have like your trips essentially planned like throughout the year? Like how do you guys do that? Like is there like the first 6 months of
It depends on who I'm traveling with and where we're going. Do you know, like, so I have Greece already planned, but that's been planned since last year with like Amy and Chris and Luke.
I'm gonna need you guys to send me your itinerary so I can follow it myself.
Yes, I'm very excited for that.
Because I already know it's gonna be good.
And I just recently started planning my girls' trip to Oregon to visit one of our other girlfriends for our friend Katie's 40th. So, and that's like pretty early on. We're going in October, so it's January right now.
And
so
Oregon is so beautiful.
I am so excited, guys. We're doing the wine trails. We're gonna hike. We're gonna do a bunch of like fun stuff. Juliet just sent us like this cool like market that they have on Saturdays in Portland. So we're gonna do that. Oh, we're gonna be all over the place.
Are you guys gonna be in Portland?
Portland?
We're doing
Where?
No, we're not. She's
Be
not
where?
in Portland. She's
It's,
like outside
not
of it.
great right now.
Is it not?
No.
Why?
It's just there's a very large homeless population.
That's how it is in
They steal things
San Francisco.
constantly. Like
Yeah.
it's a constant.
I think considering my other friends are either in Colorado and Denver, where it's like got an extremely high population
That
of
too.
homeless as well. And you know,
I feel like they're not as aggressive though.
yeah.
Like the ones in
Cisco
Portland are a
are just
little bit more aggressive, it seems like.
So, but we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we got a lot. We're starting to get a lot planned on the docket. We don't
That's
have that trip like
exciting.
fully planned out, but we're doing like wine, we're doing hiking, we're going to the beach. I mean, it'll be like pretty like chillier
Look at the
by then.
views will be
But
so nice.
oh my god, I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
Dude, when I tell you it has been like a
So-
dream of mine to go to Oregon, and I'm like, I just like I would love it so much.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a place I've never even been to yet, but I already know I want to live
I
there.
already know I love it, and I want to live there, right?
Yeah.
I already know.
Well, and that's how our
part
friend
of
that's how our friend Juliet, they were traveling nurses and they went there as one of their traveling spots and then they fell in love with it, so they never came back. So
I want to go on a trip there sometime.
So yeah, that's about as far out as any of my trips are right now is October, but that's pretty far out. So, and then we're going in July to
Are you guys
Tennessee.
doing your thingy?
Hmm.
You guys are finally doing a 4th of July thing?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Because last year you guys didn't, right?
Yeah, we were off last year, but we knew we were going to be off last year.
Yeah.
Just skipped a year. Well,
We
that's
still were
because
together for
yeah.
the 4th.
Yeah.
It's because
So-
of their trip and PJ and Brittany's trip were right there.
We're
like,
too
butted
close
to the
like,
holiday.
holiday.
So
But we still were together for the weekend,
Mhm.
so it was nice.
So you guys are going to Tennessee.
yes.
Were you guys like Smoky Mountains? Like what area?
Yeah, we're being the Smokies. We're gonna be on this lake, Douglas Lake.
Oh, yay. I was
Yeah.
going to say, I was like, are you guys not leaking it this year?
No, that's one of the stipulations of planning the trip is that we're on the lake.
Honestly, I feel like it should be documented. The group finds vacation
Oh my
homes
God.
because of how tough it is for our group to find a vacation home together. You know what, honestly, I think what goes wrong for us is not a problem. It's the fact that we like to go somewhere new. If we found one spot and just said, see you again next year, we'd have zero problems because you would find somewhere you loved
Yes.
and then you would rebook it every year and you
Maybe
would
that place
never
really work.
you would never have another issue ever
Yeah.
again. But that would be you going to the same place forever.
Mhm.
But what we like to do is explore new locations. And that is where it becomes tricky because your group has different things that we all need. And then we always want to be on a lake because naturally we would like to lake life
Hey,
it.
but like I have to interrupt and like it's not just like a little group. Like this is like a fat ass fucking group, guys. Like 20 people
No,
are here.
It's 8 people.
No.
And 2. Well, that was a separate trip.
It's 8 people and 3 children
Yeah.
and dogs.
Exactly. 20 people. Because dogs are like 4 people in one.
My dogs, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. My dogs count as 6 humans. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot of planning. There's a lot of stipulations. Also, at these kind of places that are housing large groups, they're having weird ass bed situations.
There's like bunk rooms and who wants to
Constantly.
be in a bunk room?
This is like how people make money, duh.
Make more fucking bedrooms then.
No, but not everybody can afford that. And guess what? Bunk beds is okay, but
Then
most
you make
hold
them
on, hold
be
on.
able
No,
to
you
afford it.
princesses when it comes to like lake people because like you guys every person wants their own fucking master bedroom.
We're a
or
couple.
bedroom.
It's 2 people
Oh,
per
but
bedroom.
still, but like at the same time, like lake houses are made for fucking squeezing. Like that's why they're small. They got a little bit of room and then a lot of bunk beds. That's
when
they work.
you're
I
a
res-
youth.
I respect that, but I can't fit into a full in a bunk room.
Also,
Good.
Macy, I
Me and
want
my
you.
husband.
Not a full.
I want
No.
you to think about this.
Yeah.
That's-
You guys are just spoiled and have a fucking oversized king bed.
No, you're living the life that we lived like over 15 years ago.
I'm saying I'm only taking into account that
So
you guys
we've
live.
already been doing
Sorry.
your kind of living for that amount of time. We already did that. You just realize like that's not what you want anymore. But then everybody starts realizing that there's more and more of what they don't or do want on their vacation.
Yeah.
And then you have to like step up to that. It's rough. It's rough out there.
I'm going to tell you right now, for about 4 years, I slept on a futon in a sunroom. So don't tell me I can't fucking rough it.
Wait,
She chose that. She chose to sacrifice herself by sleeping in the same bed every year.
So that my friends could have.
And she could have
the
given it
view.
to us.
Oh yeah, I would never do that.
So don't try to sit here and tell me that I don't know how to rough it.
Well,
With
and also
in the
speaking of
room
choice-
with the dogs.
Yes. In rooms with dogs. So it was me and my
Yes.
husband on a futon with dogs.
Wait, I'm confused. When did this happen?
So, yeah.
At the old place.
Is that when you guys were roommates?
No, this was when we were going up to Door County every summer.
So, yeah. That happened.
That's nice of you guys.
We had
That was
3
really
vacations, but Alicia slept on a futon.
Yeah. Because that's how it works. And yet, don't get me wrong, my friends still complain about rooms that they got. And they didn't pay for them. And they still complain.
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you're not
I
paying,
like
I'm not
my
complaining.
giant room with 3 beds in it that had the crib in it.
So, don't worry. There's always something. You're never going to make everyone happy. This is like how it works. It's just like always going to be.
And then it started rolling into like Brittany was pregnant. I was pregnant there. You had 2 dogs. Then one of the dogs had some issues. So he was being watched all the time. Like there was a lot of chaos, I feel like, going on in the house as well.
Mhm.
So it was going to be definitely hard years to please everyone.
Yep. And then they just continued because everyone's children's are born now, and now they need things.
Is Jess coming with you guys?
I'm working on it.
In true sense of making sure that our year starts off on a good foot, we're going to do old G and we're going to send it off with a reading. So, what
Well,
do you got for us, Norm?
let it be complicated. We love to simplify stories, situations, and people into good or bad, happy or sad, organizing them like we were shelving books at the library. It's not that simple, and that's good news. Categorization is great when you're working with the Dewey Decimal System, and not so great when we're talking about people, about life. Today, resist the urge to sort and categorize. Let things and people be who they are, even if you think they're the worst. Oh.
that was a card.
I don't.
Yeah.
That was a card.
I don't think we're ever not complicated, so I think why this card is like a little confusing. I over detail things.
What does Channy have to say? Should I be checking? Let's do it really
Yeah.
fast. Let's end also
Channy in.
double.
Channy in.
Oh, I've been loving my Channy.
Today for me, it says, today stay tuned to Bolts from the Blue. You may receive dramatic revelations from the cosmos or feel called to transform your daily life. Take heed. Record any resonant insight about your personal powers and how you communicate it. And jot down any striking strategies for optimizing your schedule. If you start getting overwhelmed, reach out to your local community. Even small talk with your barista can remind you you're not alone. On that note, my Sammy today from Starbucks had a very sweet note from my barista that said, hope you have a great day.
I did
With
see
heart
that.
all over.
I never was able to comment on it because you got like right to work, but I really did see that and it was so cute. And I should have taken a picture of it.
It was very cute.
Yes, it was very cute. And I mean, I can go out on a limb and say who I think it's from because it's my local barista who I know and love. But just things like that make your day.
Mhm.
So thanks.
I
And
love that.
Yeah. So that was a good one.
I feel like I had a day like that as well. I had 2 new clients today, and they said how cozy they felt in our space.
Oh yeah.
And that's just a warm hug.
And they also just love the vibe. They're like, so who designed this for you? Is that what the one
I
said?
said, something
like,
about who
acting
was
like-
in charge of your design here.
Yeah, she was like acting like somebody
Like
came
us?
in and
Can
like
we-
did it.
Britt,
Do we need to start a design firm?
I've been hearing that
Is
we
that-
should start a design firm.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah,
I-
I've been hearing it.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Let me take the picture.
For years now.
New adventure.
New adventure.
We're starting a design. You heard it here first. We're starting a design firm.
Except for our next adventure might just be Nora starting her porn account.
It's gonna
I've
be called,
been
it's
begging.
gonna be called Nora Does. And
Nora
it's gonna be
Does.
Nora Does things around the salon,
It's actually good.
kind of dressed.
Can it just
Scandalous.
Can it kind of just be you though? Like I think it might just need to be Nora. Like the other day, she was attempting to fix the hydraulics on the chairs, and she's got these like little nasty fishnets on
And
this
like short,
dress.
but she was doing like man work.
Yeah.
It was so great. And I just said, now this is when you start the porn account because it's like Nora doing hardcore work.
I was only gonna do a foot one, you guys.
No, I think it's like it's come to a life of its own, and it's like meant to be. And I think that it's like even like Nora like unscrewing the pipes like to like clean
Sexy.
out like
And then you see me.
you see the hair coming out.
It's got to be like Empire
like that
Record
shit.
style where you only have on the smock, like where
Yeah.
they were like
Every
revolting
time.
and you
Yeah.
only have your color smock on. Yes,
I need a new smock.
That's
for the
it.
job.
that's it.
Yeah.
We have the vision for it and it's just called Nora Does. Look out for it.
We'll stay tuned to see if
Nora
we can
does.
get this going.
Let's see what Nora does.
Grab your drink, finish it up. We definitely know you need your jacket.
Mhm.
Grab whatever products you might have purchased. We do have new ones, and we will be launching a bunch of different merch drops.
I'm
So
pretty sure it's gonna be out by now.
It's probably gonna be sold out at this.
that's what I said.
time.
Hopefully there'll be another one coming because we already sold out of our first one.
Mhm.
We will be on to our second one, which will be gone by the time you even hear this. So hopefully we will be on to our third. So
No biggie. Light work, no reaction.
it's just another day in the life over here at Little Fern. Grab all your things. Thanks for hanging out with us. We love the goss, and we'll be back to talk more soon.
XOXO.
Gossip girl.
Bye.
It's Nora, Alicia, and Macy.
We are a girly podcast and we are on the floor.
Did I go the wrong way?
You definitely did.